So I did want to talk a little bit about the shutdown. Let me get to that screen. And um, just my opinion on it. My husband and I, we were talking last night. He was like, well, it's the Trump administration. I'm like, no, it's Congress. And I understand where he's coming from because they do carry the majority, even if it's a slim majority in the House and the Senate and in the White House, right? All three, they call it all three branches, but you know, it kind of is. They refer to it as a Trump administration, just very similar as they did the Biden administration, right? When Biden was in office and the House and the Senate had carried the majority, they were like, this is his administration, encompassing all of it. Now, I was just saying logistically, right? The Trump administration is isolated to the executive branch. It doesn't carry over into the legislative branch. That's why we have three branches, so that there's accountability, right? And we don't have rule. We actually have a republic. So, with that all said, we're talking about the shutdown. And I was like, what were the causes? I said, in my opinion, the shutdown has been the fault of Congress, not the administration, right? And I said, can you give me your opinion? Who is at fault for the shutdown, right? And this is in my perspective, and it's fair to say Congress plays a central role in any government shutdown. But to answer clearly and responsibly, so we go through it. This is me and ChatGPT conversation, and it says technically who owns the shutdown. And a shutdown occurs when Congress fails to pass appropriations funding bill that the president will sign into law. So this back and forth that we have, the Democrats did ask for $1.5 trillion in funding because they wanted to go back to pre-pandemic spending levels. They say to cover the ACA cost, right? Instead of signing a clean CR and really negotiating the ACA, right, which they could have done and would have actually set us up in a better position to move forward as a country, they decided to use it as a political leverage. And they've said it several times.